Imagine making over $1 million from just one YouTube video. Not a viral prank, not some crazy collab, just one real estate video that was so well timed and so dialed in that it brought in 7 figures in commission. That's exactly what happened to this real estate agent in Calgary, Canada, named Brad McCallum. He made a video titled "Moving to Calgary in 2025, Everything You Must Know Before Deciding." No trending audio, no gimmicks, just super targeted, well-made video that answered the exact questions that buyers were asking. They ended up searching that up on Google, and it led them to his specific video that ended up generating him over $1 million. So in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly how that happened, why it worked, what he did differently, and how you can copy it in your niche to own your market and bring in clients from YouTube. So if you don't know this guy, he's a great friend of mine, and he's a luxury real estate agent up in Calgary, Canada. He's done over 100 million in sales, has his own media brand, and really makes high production, quality videos on YouTube. He didn't build his business on cold calls or Zillow leads. He built it around content alone. He leaned into storytelling, into visuals, into video, and he treated YouTube like his personal lead generation machine. He's not a YouTuber, but he posts consistently, and all of the leads that he gets, he refers out to his team to where he can just focus on building the media side, making content, and slowly generating income from one piece of content that he made in the coming years. Because YouTube content is evergreen. And so let's talk about this one video. The video is titled "Moving to Calgary in 2025, Everything You Must Know Before Deciding." So think about it. If you are someone that's interested in learning more about Calgary, what would you want to know if you were moving there? Personally, I've never been to Calgary, but I've heard a lot of great things. And if I were going to go to Calgary, I would type in what is around there to do, maybe what restaurants are there to go to, what activities are there for me to do. And in his video, it's 15 minutes long. It's him walking, talking, and explaining what it's really like when you move to Calgary and everything in between. And coming from him as a father, a husband, someone who's very family oriented, he also tells his personal story about why he lives in Calgary. And it generated over 350,000 views, which is a good amount, but it is not as many as you'd see a lot of home tours or some videos about relocating to some cities get. It's not the most views that any of these videos have gotten, but that's the thing. It didn't get millions and millions of views, but it got the right views, the quality people that were seeking out more information. After explaining the city so well and just listening to him speak for 15 minutes at a time, you truly gain his trust and look at him as the authority in his respective market. So here's exactly why it worked. It wasn't a top 3 things I like about Calgary type of video. It wasn't everything you must know before moving, which is truly gaining some serious buyer intent. These are people already serious about making a move, and he is now the first voice that they trust. As I said, it also has evergreen visibility. Unlike Instagram and TikTok, your content appears in a day with short form. But with YouTube, your video ranks on Google, and search terms like "moving to Calgary" continue to get views long after you hit the publish button. The authenticity in the video is very strong as well. He doesn't come off like he's selling anything. He's talking to you like a local, which is what he actually is. And there's so much trust in that, especially for people relocating from another city or from out of the country. Then one of the most important things that I tell all of the people that I work with or talk to about YouTube in general are that there are multiple calls to action that are subtle within the video. You have to have one in the beginning, one at the end, and then somewhere in the middle that you're not trying to sell someone solely to where you look like you're desperate for getting some attention. So here's exactly how you can do this so that you can gain market share in your space with long form content. Look at what's trending right now. And maybe these video titles, "Moving to blank city in 2025, are not hot anymore because in the months from November to January, let's say, you'll see everyone in the real estate industry posting these videos because people will be interested in the oncoming year and what that city will be able to bring to them if someone were to move at the start of 2025. A pros and cons video of living in a specific city is always very important. That's the first video you should be making. But once you come up with a topic that you feel like is trending on YouTube right now, then go all in and try to make the best video possible. Give out the most information you can in that area. Step 2 is don't overcomplicate the filming. It might be overwhelming when you're first starting out to get into filming long form content. Truly, you can just use your iPhone. You don't even need a microphone. The iPhone 16 these days have great mics built in. One video that I know gets a lot of attention, especially from my channel about living in Los Angeles, are the map tour videos where you're looking over a specific map of a neighborhood and showing people what it would be like, and highlighting specific things to do, restaurants to go to, streets that you may know about. If you're actually the local expert in your market, make these map tour videos where you're just looking into your webcam potentially, although I'd suggest against the webcam and use your iPhone because the quality is a little bit better. but screen record the map on Google and then just go into it, naturally talk, and make it a raw video of you showing off your expertise in that neighborhood. Script the video like you're talking to a friend if you want to use a script. These days, it's better to just follow along with bullet points, just to make sure you don't ramble and go off track a bit, which I tend to do pretty often in filming some videos. But even if you do that, the people that watch you for a longer period of time get to know you a lot more than if they just saw a lot of pop-ups on the screen in a random TikTok they're watching. Next step would be posting it on YouTube with a good title and thumbnail, which are super important. If you look at Brad's title and thumbnail, they're specifically optimized to gain the most clientele off YouTube. And if you notice, there's a lot of people that copied his exact thumbnail as well, because obviously what worked for him will probably work for someone else in a different market. And these days, you might as well copy, although I don't suggest blatantly copy, gain inspiration from what people are doing when it comes to titles and thumbnails, because if it works for them, it's probably gonna work for you. And next, these days in the clipping era, repurpose your content. Every important part of that long form video should be shortened into a 30 to 90 second long clip for Instagram and TikTok, so that if those potentially blow up, people can find you on the long form content space eventually. And this is why so many people have podcasts these days, because you can clip those, throw them on every social media platform, and that's how they'll find your long form content, which they'll inevitably gain more trust from you. But so why is this all better than traditional lead gen? Maybe you're watching this, you're like, that is too complicated. I'd rather stick to cold calling, my list of expires, or door knocking, because at least I know what to do. I have a script. I don't have to get creative with making certain types of content out there. The thing about generating leads from YouTube is that it doesn't take time, it makes your time back, because you can get 10 leads overnight when you wake up in the morning because people watched a video that you made a month ago. And if you're door knocking 50 doors a day in the hot summer, those clients aren't necessarily going to be reaching out to you while you're sleeping. And also, you don't have to do any buyer's consultations, because if people are reaching out to you over email, texting you, calling you because of your YouTube video, they've already hired you. They already feel like they know who you are. And in this day of social media, you feel like everyone you watch a few videos of, you already get to know them on a personal level. Making YouTube content is a warm introduction to your clientele. So here's what I want to take away out of this. You don't need a huge audience. You don't need viral videos. I can show you numerous amounts of examples of people doing 200 to 500 views per video and are getting quality leads from it that you would not believe. So the key isn't about trying to go viral, although that might help if you optimize the video in the right way, but it's truly about helping people understand the problems that they are trying to solve with watching a YouTube video. And the bonus is, if they like you, then they're gonna reach out to you. And inevitably, that's gonna help you make more money without doing extra work. It's 2025, you know you have to sit in front of the camera and do something. Talk about your own personal life, talk about your business. People are looking for you to help them. But thanks for watching this one. Subscribe for more. See you on the next one.